What's up, guys? Today is my birthday, and today, since it's my birthday, I decided why not talk about an urban legend surrounding a birthday. And in this case, as you could tell by the title of the video, I'm going to be talking about the clown at midnight urban legend. So, let's get right on into it. Now, this story is of a man, a father, who wanted to get or hire, if you would, a clown for his son's birthday. He would ask around, talking to people everywhere around his working place to be able to find a good clown to hire for his son's birthday. And one of his colleagues ended up suggesting a clown to bring for his son's birthday. And he decided, okay, fine. The man scheduled a date for the clown to show up to the birthday, and the stuff decided to take a sharp left turn, though. When the party happened, the clown didn't show up. The clown wasn't there when he was supposed to be. The clown, the man thought that the clown was just running a little bit late, so he just thought of it as nothing else. But then more time passed and it began raining. And because of that, they all had to go inside the house. The kids grew tired of waiting, and everyone that wasn't a sibling or family member of that kid left. The kid was devastated and very sad. So sad that he just ran all the way to his bedroom and cried. The man was furious at the clown. He was so mad because the clown didn't show up when he was supposed to. The man went to his bedroom and decided to just take a nice little nap. But before he did, his wife asked him, "Why did you hire that clown?" The man then responded with, "He was one of the clowns that was suggested to me by one of my colleagues." She then said, "Well, what time did you schedule for him to arrive?" He then said, 12. She said, "Maybe he thought 12 at night." The man then laughed it off, thinking, why would anyone think I was talking about 12 at night? Clearly I'm talking about 12 p.m. It's when the day's just starting and people would actually be coming at good times. The man just thought of it as a joke because he thought, a clown at midnight, who would ever do that? And the man just brushed it off as a joke and went to sleep. But then something woke both of them up. It was the scream of their son. Their son screamed so loud that they could hear it from down the hall of their house. The man and the woman were scared, but the man told the woman to stay where she was and that he would take care of it. He went out of the bedroom and started walking down the hall, and he noticed muddy footprints. He thought that the footprints were way too big for a regular man, and realized that they were the size of clown shoes. The man then began running to his son's bedroom because he started thinking, was my wife right? And the man thought that I was talking about 12 at night. But even if so, why is my son screaming? And then the man opened the door expecting for the clown to be right there alongside his son, and they weren't. Here's the thing though. The man left muddy trails, muddy footprint trails through the window, meaning that that man or clown was dragging the kid out of the house through the window. The man began running outside to the backyard of his house, and then as soon as he saw a trail of blood, he screamed. And he screamed so loud that every one of the neighbors woke up and they began talking to him, saying, "Why were you screaming? What happened?" To which he then responded with everything that happened. One of them began calling the police while the man began calling his colleague. He was talking to his colleague, and then the man said, "Why did you give me that clown? Do you know what he's done to my son?" And then the man said, well, his colleague said, "I'm sorry." The man said, "What? What do you mean you're sorry?" His colleague responded with, "A long time ago, I asked that clown to come to my oldest son's birthday party, and afterwards he dragged him to the forest, killed him, and used his head as a statue. He cut off his son's head, his oldest son's head, and stuck it onto the ground with a giant tree branch." The man began dropping the phone and then thought to himself, "Is that what's happening to my son?" He immediately picked the phone up again, only to hear "I'm sorry" again by the man or the colleague, to which he said, "Okay, what happened next?" The colleague then responded with, "Okay, as soon as that happened, he came to go get my other son, my youngest son. But at the last minute, I begged him not to and told him to go after your son." But once he said that, there was silence for a brief moment. And then once again, the colleague said, "I'm sorry." And then a gunshot happened through the phone. The man dropped the phone and began running to the forest. He began running to the forest closest to his house, expecting his son to still be alive and still be dragged by that clown. He was wrong. Unfortunately for him, his son suffered the same fate as his colleague's oldest son did. His head was severed from his body and stuck onto with a giant tree branch. And then that's how the story ends. So my own thoughts about this urban legend is, I don't know what would have happened at that time, so I probably would have reacted the same way as the father. Except with one thing. If my son was that sad that he rushed up to his room, I would have probably told him to come to the room with me and his mother so that we could cheer him up. And if that clown or whatever it was happened to go through and wake us up, we would be awake and we could run out of the house and get the cops. That's what I would have done. And I'm not saying it's because I know that the clown would have came. I'm saying it just because if that was me in that situation and my son ended up crying so much that he went to his room only to cry some more, I would tell him to sleep in the same bed as me and his mother to cheer him up. And like I said, if any of this were to happen and someone were to barge into the house and wake us all up, I'd make us all get through the window, and if we're in a hotel or something like that, sneak out and call the cops. But that's just me. What about you guys? What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. If you liked the video, give it a like. If you liked it more, subscribe. And that's all I have to tell you for now. Till next time, love you guys. Bye.